If you're trying to make online sales, but you haven't figured out how to master selling your product on Facebook, you are likely putting your business at risk. Now, you always want to be selling in a number of ways, but there are some benefits of Facebook that are really unique, and also Facebook is over 1/5 of all online advertising, so it's so big that you can't ignore it. And if your competitor has really mastered Facebook and is dominating, and you haven't, it's a lot more likely that they'll be around in 5 years and your business will not. Like, I think of two businesses that I worked with. One of them, most of their sales came from Google Ads, and the other, it was all through retail. But they were starting to figure out different platforms, different ways to make sales, and Facebook was one of them. And then one of them had their Google Ads account banned and couldn't get it back for months and months, and the other dealt with the pandemic. But having that Facebook, having tested it and figured out that channel, they could scale that up with my help really, really quickly and keep things afloat and working incredibly well. A lot of people are saying that Facebook ads have got way too competitive, that the ad costs have skyrocketed. There's still so much opportunity, especially if you're strategic. And there are really 3 key benefits to having a profitable presence on Facebook. I did create a free swipe file resource that has a ton of Facebook ad campaigns that are just incredibly creative, successful, doing everything right with their ads, their headlines, their pages. You can actually find a link down to that. You just punch in your email and get free access. Part of why I love Facebook ads is they are insanely trackable. It used to be when you ran ads, you did a campaign, and you kind of knew how well it worked, but not exactly. Facebook ads, you know precisely, okay, we spent $1,000 and we got back $2,734. And what you can do is take the things that are working really well and put more money into them or tweak them or make them even better. And then you just pause the things that aren't working. And you learn an insane amount about your customers, about different audiences, and every single thing that they respond well to. Like, you can tweak the headlines you're using, the different words and phrases that work really well, the body text, the actual ads, the photos, the imagery, every single aspect that works well. Even like on the web page or a landing page on the checkout, you can track when I'm running ads, how many people saw it, how many people clicked the link. You can also see how many people added to the cart, initiated the checkout, and actually completed the checkout. And if it's a video, I can see what percentage people watched. You can also track on the page with the right tools like Hotjar how long people spent on the page and how far they made it down and what they clicked on. So I've actually worked with a number of people who have got a lot better at posting things organically on Facebook by getting all of that data from the ads, and also have really increased their website conversion. So there's a lot of people who just come to the website. Well, we ran a bunch of Facebook ad traffic, got that dialed in, and now when people through Google find their website, a lot more people are actually buying and checking out because we were able to use that traffic to increase conversion. Being able to have an amazing understanding of exactly who your customer is and what makes them buy is one of the most valuable things you can know for your business, and you get back so much data on Facebook. And this will help you with all advertising you do, whether it's Google ads or you're doing billboards or TV ads. You can use all this info and speak to them a lot better and also target them a lot better. Google and Facebook are the two giants of online advertising. Together, they are over half of online ads. And when you're advertising on Facebook, you also do Instagram. And on Google, you do Google Ads, as well as Google Display Network, which is showing it on different websites, as well as YouTube ads. Now, Google, people show a lot more intent to make a purchase, meaning if someone Googles buy granola bars, they're showing a really strong interest and intent in buying those bars. So if you show a Google ad, it's pretty likely that people are going to be interested in buying. Whereas on Facebook and Instagram, if you're selling granola bars and people are scrolling through their feed, you're kind of interrupting and trying to find the right message and the right audience that is going to stop what they're doing, click on it and actually make a purchase. With Google, people are a lot more likely to buy, but you're gonna pay a lot more for that click. So it's not uncommon to do several dollars, $5, $10, $50 to get that click. Facebook, it's often under $1, sometimes even like 10 cents, 20 cents. And with Google Ads, I've noticed the costs are pretty consistent. Like you kind of know in advance what you're gonna pay for the click. Whereas Facebook, if you really get things perfectly dialed in and keep making adjustments, I have seen lower purchase cost to get someone to purchase on Facebook specifically. What I really like about Facebook though is it's really a conversation. You're building a relationship and commenting, because Facebook, there's comments on all the posts and you can see what people are typing. You can actually learn more about your customers by responding and seeing what they're talking about, seeing different objections, things that's confusing to them, things that they're concerned about, and actually you can use this to change your messaging. You can also, if someone's engaging with those posts, actually put them on a retargeting list where they'll see more ads in the future. And also you can invite them to like the page so you can start to build that community on those two platforms. You don't really have the same equivalent with anything on Google. So that whole community aspect and that back and forth conversation, you can read the comments and also reply to all of them. It's a huge benefit, I think, of Facebook ads that you don't really get with other advertising platforms. Diversification is so important. Really, the most dangerous number in business is one, having one main source of getting customers and making profit. It's so important to have those different areas, and I think Facebook is an awesome one to include because it is online. It's also very repeatable. Once you dial in some really high performing ads, you still need some upkeep, but a lot of times it can be pretty consistent over time. I want you to think of your number one source for getting new purchases and customers and what would happen if that went away overnight, because it really can go away immediately. Your ad account could get banned, all sorts of things can happen. And having those really strong 4 sources means the other ones can pick up the slack when one goes away. And Facebook's really easy to scale. You can increase the spend, you can put more resources behind testing new things or improving your existing ads. Problem is, if your top source for ads goes away and then you're trying to run Facebook ads, it actually takes time and money doing the test, creating the full campaign, figuring it out, getting it profitable. And you really want to test that in advance, so anytime you need more sales, you can quickly ramp that up and optimize it to get better results. The way I work with my customers and clients, I don't actually make them take on any risk, because they either pay me a part of the additional profits I generate for them, or they pay me a set amount we decide per sale. So I like doing it better that way, because then they're not needing to take on this risk. And if the ad campaign does incredibly well, we both really benefit from that. So I am really exclusive with who I work with, but you can apply if you're interested in learning more. I created a video, companies that are really crushing it on Facebook have 8 main things dialed in right. So you want to check out that video and see precisely what those are and how you can apply it to your Facebook ads. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in that video. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe. See you there.